but I can't. ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් දේශනා කරන්න. හා. හරි.
කමන්නේ. බෑනේ. කමන්නේ. ටිකක් පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් ගොඩක් නෙවෙයි ලොකු ධර්මයක් නෙවෙයි පොඩ්ඩක් යනවා මේගොල්ලෝ මේ දෙන්නට.
Yes, what would you like to know? Is there anything that I can help you with?
How's life?
Great. And how is life treating you?
It's alright. It's just a bunch of stuff happening.
A lot of stuff happening? What kind of things?
Stuff.
Define?
Life events. Yeah. Also school.
And what about school?
It's alright.
Could be better?
Everything could be better.
Well, that's one way of looking at life, isn't it? Could be better. Everything could be better.
Yeah. Could be. You never
Could
know.
be. But is it? But is it?
What do you mean?
Is it better? Why isn't it better?
Why should it be better? That's the real question.
What?
Why shouldn't it be better?
Why shouldn't it be better?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
Just this.
So what are you really searching in life? Or are you just living life, or are you searching for something in life?
I don't think I'm searching. I think I'm just living.
Many of us think that we are just living. But are we just living, or are we searching? What do you think? Hasaraka, is it?
I guess that depends on what stage of life you're in. I think when I was 16, 17, I was definitely searching, but now it's turned more into living.
Living. But even in this living, aren't we searching for something? For more of this and more of that, and
Are you still searching?
Yes.
me? I searched for a very long time, but I have come to the end of my search.
What was your search about?
My search was about something completely different. My search was about how can I have most of the things that I want in life and not really feel happy about it. Why? Or I can have the happiness, and I do have the happiness, but why doesn't this happiness last exactly the way I want? That was my search.
So you found the answer to what you're looking for?
I did find the answer towards that. And if you really think about it, there are a lot of things that we do in life. But do we know why we do these things? What is the reason behind it?
Because you want to.
Why would you want to?
It's just how you feel. It's different for most people, right?
Yeah. Now, for an example, if we take education, if we take jobs, if we take maybe good condition houses or whatever, all of these relationships, having good relationships with parents, maybe maybe girlfriends or whoever, any type of relationships, friends. We call all of this life. There are so many different sections to life. And we are definitely wanting things in a better and a good way. My question is, why do we want this in a better condition, in a good way?
Probably because you think you'll be happy with it.
Exactly. So my search was about, I studied well, I had a good job back in Sri Lanka, which paid a very decent amount of salary, and material wise comforts, I had those. But I was wondering where this happiness is coming from. Because the more I have, I thought the more I should achieve. And that was because of a reason, because whatever I have wasn't making me happy enough. It did for a certain amount of time, but it just keeps changing all the time. And I wanted to find whether there was any answer between this change of things all the time. How can I be having the basic things and a little bit more than that also in life, but still not have this happiness, this contentment kind of thing? So my search was about this.
That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you have real happiness now?
Yes, because after going through all of these things, I learned certain things. I experienced certain things. That this happiness that I'm actually searching from outside can never be gained from outside. It's always within us. So if we are able to use a technique or some sort of thing which could help us feel this happiness, feel this contentment, feel this peace all the time, then nothing could affect, if nothing could affect this. The problem is we have this, but something comes along, it gets affected, and this tranquility or peace or whatever you want to call it goes down. So what if there was a method, or what if there was a way to condition your mind to have this happiness right throughout?
What is that way? What is that way?
That is, first you need to try to identify what are you really searching for in life. That is the first basic step. Because without knowing what you really want in life, you are going in different directions. Say for an example, we want to go to California and we take the route to Michigan, right? And we are always indecisive of exactly where we want to go. So we keep switching the roads all the time in two different directions, I think. Where would this lead us?
A new path.
Yeah, nowhere, right? Because we are not reaching California and we are not reaching Michigan at the same time, because we keep switching the path all the time. That's because we don't come to some kind of decisions exactly what we really want in life. If we can have some sort of decisive thing, what we really want in life, maybe it will get us in the right path towards it. Because how can we focus if we haven't even decided? Are you with me? And how many times are we switching exactly what we want? At one time we want one thing, and the next, after a couple of weeks, we want something else, and then we switch back again to something else, and this keeps switching. without a destination, without a proper destination. So my first thing would be, if we can really go back and think, what am I really wanting in life? Where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing? That will give you some kind of idea what you really want. And once you have this, maybe you can have some sort of plan how you're going to get it. Some sort of discipline, some sort of focus. Because everything needs a certain amount of discipline and certain amount of focus and concentration. Because without that, we are not going to get anywhere, or we are not going to get much further in anything.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
It's just a lot to process.
Hmm?
It's a lot to process.
Lot of process?
A lot to process.
It's a lot to process. But life, if you want to be successful in anything, you have to have focus. You need to be conditioned. Any success story, you name it, in the world, in US, you give me one success story that hasn't have this plan.
No.
None. Absolutely none. If you take a rock band, it's the same thing. Why are they so successful? They had a plan. They knew exactly what they wanted. They knew exactly how to get there. They had focus and they had discipline. You see? Say, for an example, a singer who is performing at an opera, completely different fields. But still it's the same principle which applies. Want to be a successful lawyer, same theory. If you want to be an artist, a successful artist, same thing. Whatever avenue you choose in life, this theory applies. Number one is what do you really want? Where are you reaching for? What's your aim? And then when I say discipline towards that aim. You need to discipline yourself to tell, okay, I'm going to do these things, but I'm going to refrain from these things. Because without that discipline, you're not going to get very far. And then the focus, the right focus and time. Because everything takes time. Everything takes time. And when we lose time, we lose the focus. We get discouraged. We get led behind. Yeah. So what is the way what keeps us pushing towards our aims in life? What gives us the push towards that?
Focus you have.
Exactly. The right decisions that you have made will in turn give you that push that you need when you fall behind. So that's why you need a plan in life. It doesn't matter the age, or age isn't a barrier here. You might be 70, 60, 17 or 27. Still you need this. What is the next stage going to be in your life? Have you thought about it? Have you? What is going to be the next stage in your life? You think only you are going to have plans? No, they also need to have plans. You see?
Next day.
Next state. Next state in your life. What do you want to achieve in life? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing in the next 5 years? Nirvana. Exactly. So that is one destination. Do we have a plan? This has no age barrier. This has absolutely no age barrier. Unless, of course, you're 5 years old and you don't really know. I mean, that's the only thing that I can think of. But everyone who can really, focus and think something, and who wants to make something out of their life should definitely have a plan. Maybe you might need to change this down the line, a crucial time. But until that point, you need a plan. The problem with us is we don't have a plan. You see, that's the very first mistake that I made. I made this mistake. I didn't know what I was searching for. I only knew I was searching for something, but I didn't know what I was really searching for. It took me about 4 years, 4.5 years, close to 5 years, between 4 to 5 years, to actually know that I'm actually searching for something. And I really didn't know what I was searching for. And I made this plan. First thing, I wanted to go back and think, what am I really searching in life? This is where I really started. And that, when I just aligned all the things I wanted, and then when I went through this plan, it made me understand, actually, I'm really searching for real happiness. That's all. That I'm really, really searching for. I'm passionately searching for, if you want to put it that way. And then I was wondering, okay, now why don't I have it? So I tried different methods to achieve this happiness. And everything that I tried seems to be working. It seems to be working, just getting there. And when I just think that I'm just getting there, it just crumbles down. Just crumbles down. And then I thought, okay, if I get the very good job in a field that I really, really wanted to work in and to have the achievements and whatever. Yes, I did get to that. I got the recognition. I got the money. I got the position that I wanted. I got the car that I wanted. I got even the driver that I wanted. And the medical insurance and whatever perks that comes with it. I had all of that. But the happiness wasn't lasting. The position gave me a lot of responsibility. And I loved the responsibility. I was very proud about the responsibility. And I wanted to make sure that I delivered on time. I really wanted to make sure of that, because that gave me a lot of happiness. Integrity and whatever you want to name it. But I did all of that. I was dead tired doing that. But then, and I got the recognition, but then this happiness only lasted for a very short time. Then it crumbles down. And then I thought, no, I have the job and everything. Now, it's not really this that I'm searching for. Maybe it's something more to do with feelings. Maybe it's to do with love. Maybe it's to do with caring. Maybe it's to do with a husband. Maybe it's to do with a family. So went through all that process also. Yes, life goes up and life goes down. Partners come and partners go. But then again I discovered through that, yes, it's not about love. Actually, I was in love with the idea of being in love. You understand that? In love, not with the person, but in love with the idea of being in love. I was more in love with the idea of being in love, rather than trying to discover this person. Oh, and then later on only I really discovered that before discovering the other person, first you need to discover yourself. So went through all that. No, there was no answer there. Again, it was happiness coming up, lasting for some time, and then it crumbles down. And then I thought, maybe this is called life. Maybe this is all we are destined for in life. But then some little voice inside me said that this cannot be. There's something more to this which I can't see. What is it? Couldn't really understand what it was. And then I thought maybe this is in the spiritual stuff that they're talking about. And then I discovered so many different religions, so many ways of looking at life. Yes, it also taught a lot of things. But then you need to find a way for the lasting happiness. It's a long path, but there is a way to do it. So you can ask any questions. You can also ask any questions.
brother-in-law නම් මගෙන් ඇහුවේ කොහොමද ධ්‍යාන වලට යන්නේ කියලා. බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ ධ්‍යාන වලට කියා කොහොමද යන්නේ කියලා. මම ප්‍රාතරින් මහන්සියගේ මහල් දැනගන්න.
මම කියන්නේ මේකේ ස්ටේජ් වල තියෙනවනේ මේ පුනර්භවය කියන්න පුළුවන් මේවා කියනවා කියලා තියෙනවා. දැන් මම අර පුතක් කිව්වා නාරදහම්තුන්ගේ තියෙනවා මේ පොතේ නම මොකද්ද බුද්ධිසම් ඉන් නට්සෙල් කියලා. ඒක දැකලා ඉතින් බුද්ධිසම් ඉන් නට්සෙල් කියලා ඒකේ ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා මේ ස්ටේජස් වලට මයින්ඩ් එකේ යන ස්ටේජස් ඔක්කොම නිවන වෙනකම්ම ඉතර අවස්ථාවක එනවා කියලා පුනර්භවය කියන්න පුළුවන් විදිය. ඉතර වෙලාව. ඉතින් මම තියෙනවා මොකද දේවනාට
ඒක වහා යන පොතක්. මම
ඒ චතුර් ධ්‍යාන
නෑ.
බුදුසමින් නැත්සේ
ඔව් ඒක නාරදහමුදුරන් මහාන නෙවෙයි අර ඉස්සරම තිබෙන නාරදහමුදුරන්ගේ පොත තමයි සීනියවට තිබුණේ ඉස්සර. ගහක් ඉස්සර. ඔය ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් තිබුණේ ඒක එයා මේ තේරවාද හමුදුරනේ එන්නා තමයි ලංකාවේ කියන්නේ. ඒ හමුදුර ගාව පොතක් ඒක. ඒක ස්ටේජස් තිබුණා මයින්ඩ් එක යනවා මම ඒක කිව්වා මම වයිට් මොන්ස්ටර් කිල්ලෝ ඒකට දුන්නා ඊට පස්සේ කියවන්න කියලා. ඒකේ බුද්ධිසම ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා ඒකේ ඔක්කොම ඉන්ක්ලූඩ් වෙනවා ඒ නට්සෙල් කියලා කියන්නේ බුද්ධිසම ඉන් නට්සෙල් කියලා.
Actually, can you learn Buddhism in a nutshell? Can you learn Buddhism in a nutshell?
The idea is everything is included in that the monk explained like in small thing. That's the idea. I think that's the idea.
If it explains so many things,
Everything can't explain, but in short.
in short,
Yeah.
in short, yes, but you can't really grasp the concept of this in short. That is the whole problem.
Yeah, it's with the experience, no?
It is with the experience. You see, a lot of us get this backwards. We think that knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge was never wisdom. Knowledge always has barriers. It only reaches up to a certain limit. And after that limit, you have no way of crossing. Wisdom is something completely different. Wisdom surpasses knowledge. Okay. Now, punarbhavya, that means looking at different becomings, or we'll call it different births in different time periods, is not a knowledge, it's a wisdom. That's why a lot of people can't really have this, and only some have it, because it is something that you gain by doing something. You see, you can't read and know this. Now, knowledge, you should be able to read and get the knowledge. But this is not something like that. This surpasses knowledge. When you do something in the contents of knowledge, then you achieve something. The wisdom part. You achieve that wisdom. It's to be gained. You can't have it, it just comes to you. The wisdom comes to you. Now, what do we need to do in order to get this? Maybe we can practice the dhyana. Because dhyana meditation or samatha meditation is a method which helps to calm your mind completely. It calms your mind so completely that you are able to see through certain things. For an example, if we take different glasses, okay, 2 sets of glasses. You see that green color glass which is there? Can we have that?
Both?
එකකට වතුර ටිකක් දාලා ගන්නකො. One glass from there.
You want a table too?
Yes, maybe.
And Miss Edwardana,
And no, just one glass and just a plain glass. Not this one, a different one. Mm. So we have 2 glasses here. So we have these 2 glasses. Now, my question is, why can't we see the past becomings or past births? Why can't we see it? Because we don't have the wisdom. Because the mind is covered by certain things. It's covered by so many different things that it can't reach up to that wisdom. Okay? It is almost like this glass. We know that there is water in it, but we can't see right through because it's covered with a completely different color. Now we need to get this into this, something like this. If we get our mind from here to here, it's very transparent and you can see through. So how can we make the mind, which is green, into transparency, into this? For this practice, we need something called samatha bhavana, which is calming the mind, able to calm the mind. It's just like if we are in a muddy pool and we can't see the bottom. But if the mud gets lower, then we can see right through if the water is clear. So this is a technique for the water to be clear. When the water is clearer and clearer and clearer, just like the glass, we can see right through this. Because that is the wisdom. So how can we do that? Number one, how do we get the mind to start calming down? Because this is running all over the place. The mind is the fastest. Yes. It's faster than light.
Yeah, faster than light.
For an example, I can be here, I can be talking to you, and I can be thinking something about Sri Lanka. The mind is so fast. I can be thinking about Sri Lanka, something that I need to tell to this person. Just at the same time, I'm given the Dhamma discussion to you. It can react in so many different ways in so many different places. That is the problem we have. Because the mind is shifting from one place to the other, from one place to the other, and one place to the other. If we can get this whole bunch of ideas into one focus, there also you need discipline and focus. We can get this whole attention into one direction and focus on something, it just calms everything down. Just calms everything down. Because you're just thinking about one direction. The thoughts may come. Now, this is a wrong meditation method that a lot of people do. There are no thoughts. Let the thoughts go. I need to concentrate, so no thoughts. And they take all the thoughts away. That's not the way. You need to let the thoughts come, arising of the thought. Then the thought, just watch that the thought is there. And then let it die down without trying to grab the thought all the time. Now, what do I mean by grabbing the thought? That's something. We just had a thought that, oh, I needed to send that email. That's only a thought. Let it arise, let it last, and see that it's just slipping away. Let it slip away. Rather than going to write that email in your mind. Rather than trying to see, I didn't send that this time, I need to put this content in this email, I need to mention these points also, then you're writing the email. Stop writing the email. Just see that the thought of the email just came to your mind. Just lasted for a few seconds and then just go away. First, this is the practice we need to do. We can start with the in-breath, out-breath, and we can go to this also. Whatever method you choose, all the karmas, dana, bhavana, that also we can do. Whatever method you choose, what you're actually doing is mostly our attention is diverted in so many directions. We are taking all this and making it align and focus in one direction. That's what we are doing in meditation. The more and the more and the more we do this, we are actually clearing from this glass into this glass. And then there is a part in the meditation where you're entirely so calm that you don't even feel whether you're actually breathing or not. Your mind is so calm and so at peace. If you practice this long enough, you will gain certain amount of wisdom. It's just like, now once you get from here to here, now you are able to see right through this. That's what happens. And you gain the wisdom out of it by this practice. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Anything else regarding this?
You just the answer for your call about meditation you asked me. That is what she was taught. Now you understand that.
Because once you see this water, now this glass is completely gone. Okay? Now once you see this, then there are certain things in this level which you can transform. That's a complete different technique of meditation. You can make this into water, you can make this into ice, you can turn this into humidity, or what do you call it?
Vapor.
Vapor.
Water vapor.
And different types, because you understand how this one drop is made. Because it's all vibrations. You see? This glass is also made certain amount of vibrations. That's why this sound is different, this sound is different. How is it that this is different and this is different?
Different frequencies?
Different frequencies, different vibrations and different frequencies. Different amount of Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Patana, what is it called? Earth, water, wind, and the elements are different. It's a different combination of elements here, but it's the same elements which are here, but a different combination. So this vibrates in a different way and this vibrates in a different way. Once we go deeper and deeper and deeper into meditation techniques, we are able to change certain things. But the thing is, this is not going to give you peace. Changing these things, you can be changing the entire world. You can be performing and doing miracles. That if that's what you really want, you can still do that also. But by doing all of these things, you will have happiness and the glory of it for a time being. But that is also not going to last if you're searching for the real happiness. So that's why I frame this question first. What do you really want from life? Okay. If it's to know what this is, from that glass to this, you can still find the method. From that to what this is, that also you can find. Your deeper meditation methods and techniques will even teach you the wisdom, to gain the wisdom, not teach you, to gain the wisdom of actually how you can transform certain things, certain vibrations into energy levels, whatever. You name it, you can do it. But the thing is, where is it going to get you? Because if we just take this water and put it in the fridge, it gives you the same result. So why do you need to waste your time learning all the meditation techniques just to take a glass of water and turn it into ice? Waste so much of time. Yeah, it's a superpower, for sure. You don't need the fridge.
Yeah.
But then what is it going to gain you? End of the day, you see? What if we have a way to make better use of this mind? What if we can focus, train to focus this so much that we can understand certain things beyond life, beyond existence? Maybe that's something we should search for. Actually, that's what the US government is searching for at the moment.
Can you repeat that?
Huh?
Can you repeat that?
I said that's what the US government is also searching for in a different level.
No, before that.
Well, they have known about matter, now they're trying to learn about antimatter. Okay? So antimatter is a complete different subject. Actually cannot even be defined as a subject. What if we are dominant, matter dominant world, and with this matter we have come to so many things. We can send rockets to moon and so many other places, and we use science as so many things. That's all to do with matter and the energy that matter creates. But what if we can find what antimatter is about? That's what they're searching for now.
This antimatter.
There is a component called antimatter. The only thing is nobody can identify that. And at this discussion, I'm not going to talk about it. Okay? But maybe our search should be, how do we find peace?
Yes.
Or anything else that you would like to discuss?
Yeah, she said you went to hell and back. Is that true?
What?
She said you went to hell and back. Is that true?
Sorry? I didn't
What?
understand.
She said you went to hell and back. Is that true?
Hell and back. I saw hell and back.
I didn't say she went to hell and come. I said she saw
Saw,
and
yeah.
explaining to us what hell is like and heaven is like.
There are certain scientists who had made that discovery as well, I think. It's in the YouTube as well. Certain methods that they, they made a tunnel and they were putting certain equipment, and then they were recording the noises and everything which was coming from deep down.
Couldn't those be fake though?
Hmm?
Couldn't those be fake?
Well, you can take it that way, but everything is, isn't it? Until you experience it.
I do not know.
Well, there is something called for everything. How do we know that the Newton theory is true?
I don't know.
Exactly. This is the thing. There are certain things you just need to Go by it and then work your way out of it. But what if there was a hell? We always think that what if there wasn't a hell? But what if there was a hell? Then what?
Then I'm stuck down there, I guess.
Wouldn't you want to find a way out of it?
I mean, if somebody's in there, of course they will want to get out of it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. What if there's a method not to fall to it?
Some people probably take that method.
Yes. Maybe that's what we are all searching for something a
I will
little
take
bit
that
better.
method. Don't want to go to hell. So should everybody.
So is there any topic that you would like to talk about? Anything else? Any other questions?
Science topic and math, physics and chemistry.
සෝමක් අහන්නේ
නිවන පලාන ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේගේ ධර්ම දේශනා අහනවා ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කෙනෙක්.
Ah.
ඉතින් ඉස්සෙල්ලා මැත් ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කෙනෙක් බැච්මේට් කෙනෙක් කියලා පටන් ගත්තා.
ගාගෙන යනවා.
හොයාගෙන යනවා. ඒක තමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ගවේෂණය කරන්න ඕනේ. මොන හරි තේරිලා තියනවද?
ඔව් චිත්තේ චිත්තානුපස්සී විහෙරති.
හා.
ඒක තමයි නම් මේක මට තේරෙනවා. ජීවිතේ ජීවත් වෙන තම උත්සාහ.
සිත ගවේෂණය කිරීම. චිත්තය හා චිත්තානුපස්සනාව. මේ අනුපස්සනා කියන වචනේ අනුව පහ කරන්න කියන දේ. ඔව්. මොකද්ද මේ පහ කරන්න කියන දේ කියන එක බලාගෙන යන එක. මේ පහ කරන්න කියන දේ ඇතුලේ තියෙන සමස්තය මොකද්ද කියලා බලන්න වෙනවා. මේ පහ කරන්න කියන දේ මොකෙන් මොකක් පහ කරන්නද කියලා මේ කියන්නේ. ඒක මේ පටිච්ච සමුප්පාදයට පොඩ්ඩක් කලබල බැලුවද මේ මහත්තයා?
ඇත්තටම මම එච්චර දුර ගියේ නැහැ. මම තාම මූලික අවස්ථාවේ ඉන්නේ. මම තේරුම් ගත්තේ මහා සතර